Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Football and welcome to the UCL, other words, Champions League in full words, Champions League Fantasy Tips Show. So, obviously, the Champions League gets started next week. We have around 4 or 5 days till we go. And obviously, it's always very enjoyable to watch the games, always very enjoyable to play the fantasy game. And I'm here to help you guys out in terms of making your decisions. So, the channel is still new, so make sure to subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. Make sure to smash the like button. Also helps the channel out. And obviously, there is the league code. If you want to join the Everything Football UCL League, there is the code 83UVQC0A09. So the direct link will be the first one in the description. So if you want to join directly, you can just click on the link in the description and it will take you straight to the league. And all you have to do is to accept to join. So in this first video, I'm going to be doing different videos in terms of goalkeepers, midfielders, defenders, strikers, must-owns, differentials, all that. But in the first video, I am going to be discussing the best goalkeepers to own. So we are going to be talking about these guys on screen. All these guys you're seeing here, all of them. Which ones are the best to own? I'm going to do another one talking about the differentials, but here I'm going to talk about the 3 best goalkeepers to own for at least the first 3 or 4 game weeks, so even throughout the season. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. So the first one is EDOUARD Mendy. We are going to start with the guys who won the Champions League last season. So as you can see, if you don't know yet, he played for Chelsea. He actually costs 6 million, so you'll have to pay a bit of money for him. And he's currently owned by 31% of fantasy players. Last season, obviously, on their way to winning the Champions League, they played some really good teams and managed to keep clean sheets against all of them. They played against Real Madrid, they played against Atletico, they played against City in the final, and they managed to keep clean sheets against some really top teams. In total, he managed to keep 9 clean sheets, which is incredible because the Champions League doesn't have like 38 games. It's very few games. So keeping 9 clean sheets, meaning he only conceded in like 4 or 5 games. And yeah, he made a total of 32 saves last season and acquired 66 points in total. So he's a very good option. And if we look at Chelsea's fixtures, let's click on EDOUARD Mendy. If you look at his fixtures, some really, really good fixtures. He's starting at home to Zenit, which I definitely expect a clean sheet. And then it will be a bit tougher going to Juventus, although they don't have Cristiano anymore. In the third game and in the fourth game, they have Malmo at home and away. You'd expect a couple of clean sheets there. And then obviously Juventus and then Zenit at the end in game week 6. So from these 6 games, I would not be surprised if he keeps at least 4 clean sheets. Might concede maybe one of the games against Malmo Zenit, and it wouldn't surprise me if he kept a clean sheet against Juventus in one of the games. So that is my first option, EDOUARD Mendy. Such a good option. Chelsea keep a lot of clean sheets, as you saw the other day. They kept a clean sheet against Arsenal in the Premier League. They never conceded with 10 men against Liverpool in the second half. They usually do very well. So that is my first option, EDOUARD Mendy. The second option in terms of the best goalkeepers to own is Jan Oblak from Atletico Madrid. Now, obviously, Atletico Madrid are in a really tough group. We'll come back to that. He plays for Atletico Madrid. It will cost you 6.5 million and is currently owned by 10% of the fantasy players. So as I was saying, obviously he's in a really tough group, having to face Liverpool. He'll have to face AC Milan and also FC Porto. But hey, their manager is Diego Simeone. They'll not concede in all of those 6 games. You can expect at least 2 clean sheets and a couple of save points. All those teams will probably attack AC Milan, Liverpool, Porto, so he'll probably get a lot of save points as well. And if he ends up keeping a clean sheet in that game, let's say Liverpool and AC Milan ends in Liverpool and Atletico ends like in a 0-0, he will get a lot of points. So Jan Oblak is a really, really good option. Let's take a look at his fixtures for the next 6 game weeks. So he will start at home to FC Porto. Wouldn't be surprised if he kept a clean sheet in that one. He will then have a tough game against AC Milan away. You'd expect goals there. Liverpool at home, and then Liverpool away, and then they'll have AC Milan at home, and then FC Porto away in the final match week. But as I said, this is a guy who can always keep a clean sheet, and you don't expect Atletico to go out in the group stages, although they have some really good teams. You'd expect them to go far into the competition, so you might not have to change the team, although in the round of 16 you get a wild card, so you probably can change him if you want. But Jan Oblak would be a very good option. He will cost you a bit of money, as you can see, 6.5 million, but what you're guaranteed with him is definitely is going to start. And Simeone, the way Atletico play and win 1-0 every single time, you can expect a couple of clean sheets from him. So that is my first choice, second choice in terms of goalkeeper, sorry. So the third and final one, in terms of best goalkeepers to own, I'm going to talk about Juan MUSSO. Now, this is a totally differential goalkeeper, currently plays for Atalanta. Obviously, Atalanta sold a couple of players, including a goalkeeper. This is a new goalkeeper who joined them from Udinese. 4.5 million is what he will cost you, and 1% ownership at the moment. So this could be, if you don't want him as a first choice goalkeeper, you could have him on the bench to rotate to whichever goalkeeper you want to choose. The thing I'd say with him is the opening games. Yes, he's in a group with the likes of United, but in terms of the opening games, he will have Villarreal and Young Boys. Now, Atalanta plays some really good attacking football, not the best in terms of clean sheets, but I would not be surprised if he kept a couple of clean sheets in those games. Last season, he had a total percentage of 73.6 in terms of save percentage, 73.6. So save points from there. And if they play the attacking football and allow the likes of Villarreal and United, who I expect all of them to attack, he'll get a few save points for you. So Juan MUSSO is my third option. You could have him on the bench, or if you want cheaper goalkeepers, if you prefer cheaper playing goalkeepers, you could have him on your starting lineup, alongside another 4.5 goalkeepers. So those are my options in terms of the best goalkeepers to own. I have a few more I'm going to talk about. So the first one is Gianluigi Donnarumma. Obviously, PSG signed him from Inter Milan. He will cost you 6 million, currently owned by 16%. But the only problem with him is the other goalkeeper at PSG is also currently owned by 10%, 5 million. And that shows you that you might not know who will play. Donnarumma might not start all 6 games. They could actually play 4 and then Navas plays 2. You never know. So it's going to be a bit of a risk unless you have both of them in your team and you really want a PSG goalkeeper, but it would cost you 11 million in total. And do you really want to spend that much in your goal? I don't think so. So for Navas and Donnarumma, just up to you which one, if you want to take the risk, which one to choose, probably Donnarumma. The other one is David De Gea, will cost you 5.5 million, 8% ownership in the same group with the likes of Villarreal and Atalanta. You'd expect United to keep a couple of clean sheets as well. So you could have him as a goalkeeper if you prefer. And the last one is, man, that name is so hard, so I'm going to call him Vlacho, the Benfica goalkeeper, 4.5 million and only owned by 1%. So if you prefer cheaper goalkeepers, you could have Juan MUSSO from Atalanta and then also Vlacho from Benfica, and it will only cost you 9 million. So those could be good options. So in terms of goalkeepers, that is it. Those are the best goalkeepers. I've done some research on them, and those are the best goalkeepers you could own. The next video will be on defenders. The moment I put it out, I'll link it up in the YouTube card right now. So by the time you watch this video, it could already be out, and the links will be in the description. So make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Reminder on the league code, you can join the league and you can compete against each other. 83, that's 83 UVQC0A09. The direct link will be in the description. And yeah, that's it for the goalkeepers. Some really, really good options there. A lot of goalkeepers you could own. Let me know in the comment section which goalkeepers you're going for, which ones you prefer. And as of now, thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.